What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Flash Season 7 review and finale breakdown. This season has totally not been Shui and most certainly not been Crash. The first part, focusing on the forces, started off well, and I even liked the 90s episode, but it really was an adaptation done differently from the comics, but done very, very badly, which really was the running issue with this season. I'm not sure why August Hart is the villain in the future, and Crisis gave the perfect opportunity to import August Hart as being Barry's friend and set up essentially the comic book storyline complete with the Speed Force Storm. But the show is, for some reason or another, adverse to having true comic accurate stories. With the Forces, it was a global quest, but here it was nothing more than just a weak mystery and something which I really did not give two hoots about. However, the supporting cast really has shone very bright, with Chester being superb as the new Vibe, and Sue Dearborn returning sans Ralph, as well as Allegra, which also worked well with Barry becoming the true leader and the master of Team Flash, replacing that hole which really was left by Oliver Queen's absence in the Arrowverse. And we've not really had many instances of him having issues with, Iris taking over, which, I don't know why they used to do that. The Godspeed War was very much, for me, a complete and utter failure at the start, with them fighting the torn apart clones of August Hart. But when the Flash delivers, oh boy does it deliver, with Excess returning, and my God, I did not expect Jordan Fisher to be the most perfect adaptation of Bart Allen I could ever imagine. Now, probably to many of you, he's more famous as maybe a Twitch streamer, but he has had a decent acting career thus far, and will be appearing in High School Musical, which is a pure talent here, portraying Impulse himself as the erratic, crazy young speedster. Finally, it's done right. We did Bart Allen on Smallville, but hey, I wasn't too much of a fan of that. But the finale opens pretty much where we left off, with Barry talking to Godspeed in, August Hart's mind, to find out why he's doing this and what he really wants, and why he was at the Flash Museum in the future. It turns out that he wants organic speed, having used velocity to get speed, and insinuating that he did create his own strain there of velocity. Now, Barry refuses to give him speed to end the Godspeed War, and leaves his mind, leading Excess to plead with Barry to give him the speed, as she knows the future that's coming. It's weird, as she's so very strict with speedster time travel rules, but is adamant that they have to do this, which will change the future. However, Speed Force Nora arrives to give them all a speed boost, including Iris wearing the OG Excess suit, with Impulse waking up, and it cracked me up when he was like, "Miss me? Miss me?" He's just perfect, and I loved it when he called Nora the Speed Force Nana. It's their thing. The acting when he sees Jay and the look from Excess is also just on point here. And it's funny that at least this season we got a fan favourite who was actually done justice. Yet that's Bart Allen, not Godspeed. And they head off to fight the Speed Force clones in what Barry calls the Civil War. And they fight with each speeder using their ultimate, be that Bart using his Speed Force throwing stars, and, Excess's whip, Nora going all Thanos, and Jay using his helmet like Captain America's shield. However, they recharge, tapping into the Speed Force, and, Allegra, after a pep talk with Chester, saves the day from the recharged clones. However, Mecha Vibe and Killer Frost are keeping the fight going as Barry relents and decides to give the organic speed to August. However, I liked how the memory loss make Organ seem very nice, and it did remind me of the comic August Hart, who was very good friends of Barry and the only one to see him get his powers. They plan to kick charge the artificial speed cells there using the Tachyon device before, he does turn evil. But luckily, Barry and Iris have a plan, as Bart does actually want to fight. And I like how he was calmed down by his Uncle Jay, and it's just like the comics where Jay Garrick and him had a great connection, where he was taken and, Jay looked after him after the disappearance of Max Mercury. I was always hoping if they did this speedster super team, we would see every major speedster from the comics, but we had to make do with what we got, and even Keenan Lonsdale as Kid Flash couldn't make it due to COVID quarantine and filming commitments. Meanwhile, something very weird happens here as Christian Kramer gets speed, but while I expected this to be the Speed Force Storm proper, it turns out that she is a meta who can absorb the powers of any nearby meta, going all Peter Petrelli there. And well, this is how she survived the bomb from many years ago there, as she absorbed the whole kind of immortality or the healing, whatever it was. And she absorbed speed powers here, and well, it goes just so far that she's come very far from imprisoning metas to really now being one. It's odd as she was Barry's reluctant partner when they worked at Iron Heights together, but this is a storyline I'm sure may just go nowhere, like Wally West, Chilblain, Earth 2 Harrison Wells' daughter, and many, many others. However, Barry's plan is revealed as we learn that the Reverse Flash has come, and it was beyond Corwin. And Tom Cavanagh, he really brought it here. Barry has made a deal with the devil, betting that 1, he is so narcissistic, he wouldn't let anyone else be the most powerful speedster, meaning he had to fight, and 2, he won't let anyone else kill Barry. I'm torn on the Speed Force lightsabers as it was a new thing, but it looked very weird. But it's also a change from the speedsters just having a fast speed fight which was done to death. Eric Wallace, the showrunner, has said that this was an inspiration from a comic panel where Godspeed was holding a kind of Speed Force lightning sword. However, they all fight and defeat. Yes, Godspeed is done, leaving Thorn to take Barry in, except we learn how Barry has now become more powerful and faster as August is sent to Iron Heights. Now, August actually has a great storyline when he goes to Iron Heights, where he went undercover, joining the rogues who wanted to kill someone until he stopped them, proving he had some good in him. And, well, I don't think that may happen because in here, Godspeed isn't a vigilante, but we haven't technically seen his story. However, here he's just a Kirkland Reverse Flash. His powers of replicating himself also seemingly changed. I'm not too sure, I could be wrong there, where he sent them across time instead of just being Speed Force. I'm not sure if they're like variants there, maybe, who knows. But I think Godspeed was a real failure this season. I don't know why they've done it like they had. And what made August Hart so great was the connection to Barry, but yeah, I don't know why. The show has said that this is now Barry becoming the comic version. I loved how Bart and Jay have a heart-to-heart, and I'd love it if Hart stayed in this time for a bit like the comics or when he stayed with Jay. Also, the singing, oh man, Jordan Fisher has some pipes on him. It may be controversial, but I really loved it, and I thought it made sense due to the context of the scene, and hey, he's a good singer, and I appreciate it. But apparently, love will be a focus and a true test to their relationship is coming. So if I was a betting man, I expect we may see Cobalt Blue, which will be a returning Eddie with the first half, and the second half leading to, yes, the Red Death, possibly upcoming a Dark Knight's Metal, perhaps crossover, maybe. But that's it for this video. I did not like this season one bit, but the final 2 episodes were just superb in my eyes, and I think that the show maybe needs to be a lot shorter than just kind of 18 to 22 episodes. It would be a lot better if they could focus down. But that's it. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.